Welcome to our 2022 May Week. I am Jacqueline Tyson, President of the Rochester Alumnae Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Our topic this evening is Black Hair It Is. Before we get started, I would like to share a little history about our organization. Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, founded 109 years ago at Howard University, is a private not-for-profit organization of college-educated women committed to public service with a primary focus on the Black community. Today, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Inc. has chartered 1,060 chapters worldwide and has initiated more than 350,000 members since its founding. The Rochester Alumnae Chapter, chartered in 1965, serves Greater Rochester with programs that reflect a five-point programmatic thrust, including economic development, education development, international awareness and involvement, physical and mental health, and political awareness and involvement. We are glad that you are attending our session this evening. A survey link will be placed in the chat. Please take a moment to share your feedback with us once this event is over. Thank you. Mrs. Ramonda Gibson Stevenson will give additional greetings to you and our panelists this evening. Mrs. Gibson Stevenson.
Thank you so much, Madam President. And thank you all for coming today to join us for the Black Hair It Is workshop. I want to give a special thanks to the YWCA of Rochester and Monroe County for partnering with us for this wonderful endeavor. We are excited to be able to have some phenomenal guest speakers and professional barbers and cosmetologists who have been a blessing to our community. But most importantly, we hope that they'll be a blessing to you today as you take advantage of this workshop series. I want to give a special thank you to my wonderful committee, the YWCA Shoebox Work Group, who consists of Dr. Mary Bisbee Burrows, Mrs. Brenda Murphy Pugh, and Miss Tanya Dickerson, as well as our own Madam President, Miss Jacqueline Tyson. Thank you all for being great. And most importantly, thank you to the Rochester Alumnae Chapter for entrusting us with your vision and partnering with the YWCA for this wonderful initiative. I am going to turn it over to our esteemed moderator, Dr. Mary Bisbee Burrows, who will wow you with her amazingness as she introduces our phenomenal panelists who will be here today to discuss their tools, tips, and techniques as it relates to Black hair. Thank you, Dr. Mary Bisbee Burrows.
Good evening, ladies. Good evening, everyone that is joining us this evening. Ms. Gibson Stevenson, I like that, esteemed. I like that. But welcome again. Thank you all so much for joining us this evening. I'm just going to give a brief bio of the three dynamic ladies that we have that are joining us tonight. So I will present to some and introduce to others. So first, and we listed them in alphabetical order. So first we have Ms. Brittany LaBella. And so let's see, let me go to her because I'm getting old, y'all, so I can't remember everything. So I got to look at my notes. So Brittany stands for the beautiful. She specializes in helping women feel beautiful no matter what. With over 20 years in the industry, 10 of those being professionally, she holds the title of not only cosmetologist, but also as a master barber and a master makeup artist. So y'all just give it up or shake your hands or put a little celebration. Give it up for Miss Brittany LaBella. I can't see everybody, so I assume that you're doing what I ask. Okay, so then next, I'm sorry, the name of her business is Brittany LaBella Beauty, and she is based out of Dallas, Texas. Next, we have Miss Cheryll. Did somebody say something? Oh, okay, sorry. So next we have Miss Cheryll Brown from Weir Hair Luxury Mobile Barbershop. And you may have seen her customized Mercedes-Benz. If you are in Rochester or Monroe County, you may have seen her vehicle riding around this whole region. But Cheryll has been a cosmetologist since 2016, and she's also a trichologist. I hope I said that right, which is someone that specializes also in hair loss. And she also has a unique technique that she does with hair tattooing. And so one of the reasons that she got involved in doing hair, in particular women's, doing barbering for women, is that she noticed that many of the barbers would oftentimes give women a more masculine cut. And so she prides herself on the ability to be able to teach this specific technique of having a more feminine cut, even when the ladies are rocking the short crop do. So she'll talk more about her craft. And then last, but certainly not least, we have Miss Traycee Hart from ROC Braid Bar. And so Traycee, I'm going to look at my notes for her too. So with Miss Traycee, she specializes in working with young people, in particular youth. And so she's also a master barber and a cosmetologist as well, but her specialty that she concentrates on is braiding. And so let me just read a little bit of her bio. So she is the owner of the ROC Braid Bar, and it's located in downtown Rochester. And she also has over 20 years of experience specializing in multicultural hair care. And she says her ultimate goal is to teach how to embrace, love, and take care of your natural hair. So everybody, just give it up for all three of these wonderful ladies that are joining us today. And so next week, as we move on, so without further ado, we will start with Miss Brittany LaBella, which all of you can see. She looks so beautiful with her pink and purple turban. So Miss Brittany, please take it away. I think you need to unmute, Brittany.
Hi, everybody. So I'm not sure, can everybody see me okay? Just give me a head nod, I guess, or a hand or something. Okay. So my name is Brittany LaBella. My name stands for Brittany the Beautiful. I only have 10 minutes, so I'm going to show you 2 hair wrap styles so that you can never have another bad hair day again. So a little bit about me before I get started. I know I look pretty young because I'm going with 25, but I'm not really 25, but we're not going to talk about it. So I've been doing hair since I was 14 years old. My story began when I was 6 years old. I was diagnosed with alopecia areata. That just means that my hair falls out in smooth round bald spots. And once I realized that my hair was falling out, I couldn't really find a hairdresser that could provide the empathy and the care that I needed. So I decided to become the change that I was looking for. And I use my gifts to help other women to deal with the psychological effects of alopecia, but also realize that there is hope and that there are style options other than just a wig or weaves available for them. So I essentially take the hair you have and I give you the style that you want. That's what I do, and that's where my gift is. In addition to doing that, I do makeup artistry. I am a content creator. You can find me on Instagram. I'll give you all my handles before I'm done, but let's jump into these wraps. So the wrap that I'm wearing right now is called a high bun. So this wrap is a very popular wrap. You've probably seen it around. This is how I do mine. I like it big. So I'm going to show you how to do that one. And then I'll show you how to do a turban style, which is also really, really cute. So the first thing I like to do is, so I'll actually wear a stocking cap under my wraps. And if you have hair, you will not need to wear a stocking cap, but a stocking cap is going to keep your hair in place and make it easier for your wraps to stick on your head. So I like to take 2 wraps, and these are my own wraps that I sell on my website, which I'll give you that by the end of the chat. So I like to use these kinds of wraps. As you can see, they're stretchy, they're breathable. So I take one and I just put it on my head, okay, like this. Then I take another wrap and I do the same thing. And this is how I am able to get the fullness in my bun. I use 2 wraps, okay? I take the wrap, I gather it to the front of my head, and then in a 2-strand twisting motion, I just twist like this, okay? Now you can twist 2 ways. You can just wrap it like this, or you can 2-strand twist. I like to 2-strand twist it because it creates more dimension and it makes it look a lot more fancy, okay? When I get to the end, I continue to twist and make sure that all the ends are tucked in, okay? You can wear this style over locks. You can wear it if you have a bald head. You can wear it if you have a ponytail. I mean, braids, anything. This is just great. And you can make it look really professional. I'm actually getting ready to do a look when we're done on Instagram. So tune in to my Instagram after. Okay, so after I two-strand twist it, as you can see, I take it and I wrap it around, and I'm being sure not to wrap it on top of itself because I don't want my bun to look like a unicorn. So I tend to like my bun to stay a little bit flat, just a little bit more neat. So I wrap it around. If you are wearing makeup and you are going to put your eyebrows on, I do advise you to put them on after because you will wipe them off and they will be inside of your bun. Okay, so after you get it all the way wrapped around, you just go ahead and you tuck it in and then put you on some big earrings. I have on my hoops today, but I like to wear even bigger earrings. I personally like my wrap over my ears, but if you do have baby hairs or, you know, anything like that, edges, this is a great time. You can like put them down, you know, wear them out. It's really, really cute. It's a cute look. I don't have edges. I actually wear my hair bald or low, but it's a great style either way, whether you have hair, you don't have hair. You can incorporate your edges. I like to cover my ears. That's just me. But this is what it looks like. Okay. That's wrap number 1. Okay. Wait till you see wrap number 2. I'm excited. I am excited for you ladies because this wrap changed the game for me. Okay. So the next wrap I'm going to do is I'm going to do a turban style wrap. Okay. Now this style is great. Like if you wear your hair down, if you have some braids or something, it would look really cute like that. Or like you can just wear it over like a wig or something. Like if you have a lace front or a closure and you don't feel like blending it because we don't always feel like laying down our closures or our lace fronts. So you can wear a turban over your over your hair. So I take the full scarf. This is what it looks like. And you want to fold this scarf in half. Like just fold it in half so enough of it goes over fits completely over your head. So I have it folded in half. I'm just going to fold it neatly. Just give me 1 sec. Okay, so you want to make sure that it's folded neatly. You don't have any ripples or creases when you lay this on your forehead, okay? So now I'm going to put this here and I'm going to place it right where I want it to go. So like I was saying before, it would be great if you did your eyebrows or everything after, but sometimes I do my eyebrows before, but it's up to you. I just touch them up. So what I'm going to do is I gather 2 pieces in the back here and I just tie them in a knot. I just tie them together, okay? Now don't tie it too tight because you don't want to pass out from trying to be cute, okay? So you tie it in the back, okay? After you tie it in the back, you notice that one side of my wrap is longer than the other. That is not intentional, but we are going to work with it. So I like to take one piece. I open it up. I just expand it, I guess, to make sure everything is like going to lay perfectly flat against my head. So I open it here. I'm just going to lay that there. Then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side here. And you just want to make sure that it's flat and neat. Okay, now the next thing I like to do is I like to cross these 2 like that, okay? And then I open it up again and I just tuck it inside like that, okay? And then I'm going to open this side up and I am going to find somewhere in the back to also tuck it in. And you just want to make sure that it stays flat. And baby, it's a turban, okay? Like, let's get into it, okay? So this is a cute look. Like I said, you want to make sure you grab your big earrings, make sure your eyebrows are on point. If you don't feel like doing your hair for the day, make sure the hair that you are showing, with your eyebrows and your lashes, just make sure those are on point. You have no excuse. And you want to make sure you have some nice big earrings or cute post earrings. Post earrings will look really cute with a turban like this because this is really classy. And you can also, I think this will look cute with like a really cute blazer or something. Like you can really dress up a cute blazer, or, you know, it just depends on what your look is. As a makeup artist and a hairstylist, you know, we always don't have time to do our own hair. So this is a great way to always look the part and be on point. And that just goes with what my brand slogan is, and that is to help women feel beautiful no matter what. So these are the 2 wraps I'm showcasing. I am getting ready to do a makeup look, which is going to include a full face and some more wrapping on my Instagram channel. My Instagram is Brittany Labella. That's BrittanyLabella, Brittany Labella. You can just go right on there. You can follow me on there. That's my name on every media outlet, on TikTok and on Facebook as well. And you can also purchase my wraps, which I'm going to show you. So these are my wraps. I have a bunch of different colors. You can view the wraps on my website, which my website is www.houseoflabella.shop. You can go and view the wraps on there. If you would like to make a purchase, just text me because I'm going to send them to you. You can text me at 716-748-6888 to place your order. You'll place the order with me. I'll mail it out to you and you'll get it. The other thing is, if you would like to know more about my story, more about who I am as a hairstylist and what I've done for the community in terms of alopecia and makeup and beauty in general, then you can visit my personal, not my personal website, but my website for my total brand. Oh, I couldn't get that out, y'all. My website for my complete brand, which is www.brittanyLabella.com. So it's the same name, just .com after it. So if you have any questions, just hit me up. Thank you.
Thanks again, Brittany. Let me take myself up back on camera. So thank you so much. That was wonderful. I was actually trying to demo along with you. I didn't realize all of you ladies were watching, so I'm sure you all got a good laugh. But that was great. You did a phenomenal job. Thank you so much. And
You're welcome. Thank you.
I'm sure everybody appreciates how to be able to wrap their hair up, especially on those days that you don't feel like doing your hair. So next we have Miss Cheryll Brown from We're Hair Luxury Barbershop. So take it away, Miss Brown.
Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl. Can anybody hear me? Okay, I'm Cheryll Brown from We're Hair Luxury Mobile Barbershop. I got started 2016, but I really started maybe 30 years ago cutting hair for my family members, and then went to school for a while, and I really got into cutting hair because I had saw an issue with women's hair being cut like very masculine, and I decided to start cutting hair and professionally. And also, I decided to cut hair at people's homes. I used to bring the whole barbershop inside people's homes, and it became problematic for me because I had too many items taken inside the home. So I decided to come up with a solution to my problem, and I decided to design my own mobile unit. And when I first decided to do this, I couldn't find anyone to do it because it was very, at the time, it was a unique idea. And I did find a builder to do it finally back in 2015. And it took about, the design actually took about a year. Everything you see in my unit came from my head. I designed everything down to the stitching and colors in this unit. It's basically inside of a Mercedes Sprinter. And the pandemic really, when the pandemic started, this is when my business sort of shot up because of, everybody couldn't go to the barbershop. So inside my unit, I have a shampoo sink, I have a refrigerator, TVs, games, everything you would basically see in a barbershop, except for it's personal. And also it's an experience. It's just not barbering, it's a whole experience where you get massage, you get the haircut, You'll get drinks, concierge service. I've cut hair at the beach, pick people up from their homes and taking them off to the beach, and we got cut hair out at Charlotte Beach. So here, what I'm here for is to let you women know when you go to the barber shop to be able to talk to your barber and let them know exactly what you want. Because a lot of times they think that because we're professional, we automatically know what to do and what to give you. When you're female, I suggest you know your numbers. And your numbers are the guards that we use. If you ever had clippers, you know, they come with these little combs. And these combs are important when you're looking for that feminine look, because you want the barber to know. Most women, I tell them to know your numbers. It's usually between 1.5 and 2. This is a 1.5, and this is a 2 comb. What it produces this. This is actually a full 1.5 here. What I did on this lady here. So when she first came in, her look, this was the before, and then we cut her hair, and this is the after. And also make sure when you do get your hair cut, if you guys can see, there is a feminine line here. Most of the time, the masculine line, they'll have a straight across, and then you'll have a little piece here. Unless you like that look, I suggest getting the feminine arch here. And in the back as well, because a lot of guys, what they'll do, they'll fade this out. It's supposed to have the same number all the way around. So this is the 1.5 all the way around. And that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, you can reach me at We're Hair Mobile. That's WERE Mobile Hair, WEREHAIR Mobile at Gmail, or you can reach me on IG, We're Hair Mobile. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Brown. We really appreciated that. And so ladies, I know that you all have to work on learning what your numbers are if you don't know already, in case you are rocking a short hairdo or if you're thinking about it in the future. So thank you so much, Cheryl, and we will keep an eye out for seeing that beautiful vehicle rolling through town. And so thank you so much. So now we're going to move on to Miss Traycee from ROC Bar, but we were having some difficulty, so I'm not sure if she is on there or not. Traycee, are you there? Traycee? Okay, so maybe we weren't able to connect with her. I know that we were having some technical challenges, but I'll tell you a little bit about Traycee just the same. So again, she owns ROC Bar. She is located in downtown Rochester, and she specializes in doing children's hair. And I tell you, she is just phenomenal. I think she, in my 50-something years almost, I think she's probably the best cornrower that I've ever seen. And I don't say that lightly, but she's able to do a variety of different designs and everything. And actually this summer, she will be starting a camp for young folks to teach them how to braid. And one of the things that she shared with me, and as well as the rest of the committee, is that it was important to her to be able to teach young people a tool that would help them earn an income for a lifetime. And so I really appreciate that, because truly, if you are talented in doing hair and cosmetology, as Brittany and Cheryl have shared with us, it can definitely allow you to have a very nice living. So I just want to give it up for Miss Traycee. She apparently wasn't able to connect, but I definitely wanted to shout her out. So right now we have some questions that were sent in advance. And so I'm going to read a couple of those questions for both Brittany and Cheryl. So either one of you can take take your turn responding to it. And then also, as far as the participants this evening, one of the things that we definitely want to share with you is that oftentimes as women, especially women of color, we may hit times in our life where we can't get our hair done the way we'd like to get it done. And I think society for so long has taught us that having hair that is more European is much more acceptable. And so in working on coming up with the idea for this workshop, we felt as a committee that it was important that women embrace their roots and also know that there's different options and that you are beautiful no matter how you choose to rock your crown, whether it's a perm, whether it's snappy nappy, whether it's an afro, whether it's braids, whether it's a short Caesar, just rock it, girl, just do your thing. And so we really wanted to focus on women truly embracing themselves. And as you all can tell, I have locks, so I've been, I guess, woke for a long time, but either way, no matter how you rock it, it's beautiful. But we definitely wanted to show the ladies that no matter what your income is, no matter what your lifestyle is, that there is a hair option for you in embracing your natural roots. And then also with that, there will be a survey. So we ask you at the end of this, if you can please complete the survey. We want to know how we did. And so that way we can create additional programming that the community actually wants. So I definitely want to share that with you. So, okay. So ladies, are you ready for the questions?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So let me go to a different screen so I can read them. Okay. So the first one is a two-part question. What are the best over-the-counter products to use for Black hair? That's the first question. And then the second question is how to grow thicker and Black hair. And so either of you can take one of the questions or, however you want to approach it. So again, the first question was, what are the best over-the-counter products to use for Black hair care, excuse me. And then the second was how to grow thicker Black hair.
I'll take the second question, the thicker Black hair.
Okay.
So how to grow, well, even the first question. So it's not so much as the name brand, even though I heard that Miel was a very good brand. It's more so what products you're getting from that brand and what your hair actually needs. So our hair, because even though it's coarse, it can be very fine yet dense. So we are prone to a lot more breakage. So definitely using conditioners. I know I've come across a lot of people that have sat in my chair and they told me that they shampoo their hair and they don't follow up with conditioner, and that's a huge no-no. You definitely have to use conditioner. Our hair needs conditioner more than anything. Our hair also needs a leave-in conditioner in addition to the conditioner that you put on your hair. Those two things are some of the best products that you can get, and everything else will take me into the next question, which is how to grow longer, thicker hair. So the way to grow longer, thicker hair is definitely focusing on yourself internally. You have to think of yourself as a garden. And one of the most important factors in the garden is the soil, which the soil is your body. Your hair, skin, and nails is the output of that. Your hair, skin, and nails in any garden, a garden will need sunlight, nutrients, iron. Well, you would need iron, vitamin D. You need biotin, which you can get in a hair, skin, and nails vitamin. I don't recommend just taking pure biotin. I recommend taking a hair, skin, and nails vitamin. You definitely want to make sure you're getting your water. And if you're living up north in New York, you definitely want to make sure you're getting out and getting as much vitamin D as you can, or taking a vitamin D supplement. Things that can impact your hair growth are things like iron, thyroid, diabetes, genetics, hormones. It's so many things that can affect how your hair grows, stress, and everything like that. Also, in order to get hair growth, you want to pay special attention to the ends of your hair. Get your trims, ladies, not haircuts, but trim those ends. Like, you have to trim your ends. You have to stay away from so much heat and processing and manipulation to your hair. The braids, our hair is best when it's just left alone. So I would say definitely make sure you're consulting a regular hairdresser, hairstylist that's licensed, and getting your routine trims, conditioning treatments, and things like that. That's my answer.
Well, that was a wonderful answer. Thank you so much, Miss Brittany. Cheryl, did you want to answer any? Did you want to jump in on that, or did you want to move on to the next question?
Brittany did a wonderful job. I was going to take the second one, but she did an excellent job. Thank you, Brittany.
You're welcome.
Okay,
Just got going and going. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So actually, I think these the next questions really would be probably more appropriate for Brittany, because it's talking, well, Cheryl, you probably can answer too, but so any recommendations on alopecia treatment and protective hairstyles? I think you answered that already. Best styles for alopecia.
Okay, so so the first part, I guess, treatments for alopecia. I would say the first course of treatment to take for alopecia is to find out exactly what kind of alopecia you have. alopecia is, everyone's using it as like a blanket term, but alopecia has subtypes. So one person's alopecia is not the same as another. There are so many different types of subtypes of alopecia. I have alopecia areata. Mine is caused by inflammation, and when my immune system flares, my hair falls out. Things that impact your immune system are things like diet, stress, certain medications, things like that. So whenever I'm under extreme stress or anything like that, my hair tends to fall out. However, a lot of women, if you have traction alopecia, then there's a good possibility your hair may or may not come back, because that's caused by excessive tension, pulling braids, things like that. Even if you have locks, and some people will wash their locks and just let them hang, that causes a lot of tension here. If you're taking blood pressure medicine, that can cause your hair to fall out as well. So it's a lot of different factors. So finding out what your subtype of alopecia is the first step, because then you'll know how to treat it, what to expect. The next thing is styles for alopecia. I can't really tell you like the best styles, because it's all specific to each person's alopecia. When people come into me, they have all different types of bald spots, and I kind of just figure out how to work with what they have to get to the end result. And that's a part of what my gift is. So I couldn't give you just like a set style. If I could say anything, I would say to get crochet braids, to me, are the least amount of tension. Locking the hair that you have is good. Things like that. But again, that's very, very person specific.
Okay, thank you. That was really good. I didn't know all of that about alopecia, that there's multiple different types. So that's definitely important. Okay, all right, Cheryl. So we're going to get you in here. Okay, so it says, someone suggested using henna to dye my natural hair. Is it safe? Will it hurt my hair?
I actually use henna instead of hair dyes. I think it's a it doesn't have all the chemicals in it, and that's exactly what I use when I dye my own hair, actually. So henna is perfect. If anybody, they come in all different colors, red to all the browns and blacks and deep blacks. So henna is better for your hair than actually all the other dyes, because they tend to irritate the scalp, and sometimes your hair can fall out from the hair dye. So if you have a sensitive scalp, I suggest using henna. That's it.
Okay, thank you for elaborating on that. So I just want a clarifying question. So with henna, Cheryl, can you do henna and color? So like if someone has used color previously, can they then decide to go a different route with henna, or is henna best to use with hair that has not been previously dyed?
I've done both. So I suggest that if you already have your hair dyed, let that grow out, let all that grow out, but you can use it on top of the hair dye that you already have. But do not go back to the chemicals, because the chemicals for our hair texture is not great, especially for me. I have a sensitive scalp, so that's why I switched over to henna.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, thank you so much. Now, ladies, I have some, I know Miss Traycee's not here. She's actually watching, but she's not able to connect. But so I have a couple questions in here about braids and cornrows. Because you're both licensed cosmetologists and you are so versatile, like most Black women are, we just do so many things. That's what makes us so magic. But I'm going to ask a couple questions. So if, please feel free to answer them. If not, you can also pass. So the next question was, how can you make a neat French braid or cornrow? Would you practice on a mannequin first, or how do you perfect your technique? How would one perfect their technique?
I would say the best way to perfect your technique, if you have a mannequin, to practice on that and practice every single day. Make sure your sections are even, that you're picking up when you're doing the cornrow. Sometimes even for me, when I do braid, what helps me is I like to use, I like to braid with like something on my fingers. So they have like the braid shine jam. I like to use that personally. That helps me to grip the hair without pulling the hair, which is very uncomfortable. So it's a way that you can braid tight and firm without actually causing pain to the client. So that will be my recommendation. But practice, practice, practice. That's the best way to get from A to Z.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. Now, for women that have less time left than time behind them, how is it like too late to learn how to braid if you're, say, 40 or 50 years old?
No, it's never too late to learn anything. You can, I mean, as long as you have breath in your body, you can learn. If education is around, then get all the education you can. So.
Love that. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So next question. And I think, Traycee, if you can unmute, of course, you can jump in here. And so the next one was, is there a way to fix heat damage without doing a big chop?
I think that's probably a question for me, I would guess. I don't know if Traycee does the silk presses and things. I think she may. But heat damage, you don't always have to chop off heat damage. Like, that's a myth. Like, people only get rid of heat damage if, let's say, they're wearing their hair in a curly afro and they have those straight pieces and they're not curling up in the afro. Then they chop them off because obviously they're not blending. But an alternative to that, you can always put perm rods in it or rollers in it and just curl it to match the other texture of your hair. You don't always have to cut it off. You can just grow it out and transition it. Once the hair is permanently straight though, the bonds in the hair are broken. So they're not going to go back to being curly again. So, I mean, that hair is going to be permanently straight until you either get trim it off, or it just grows out. Sometimes if the heat damage is really severe and it's causing breakage though, then yes, you do need to cut it off, but you don't always have to cut off heat damage.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I know. Just in my own experience, sometimes we as women would hold on to damaged hair just to have that length, you know. And so I think try to unlearn that. Okay, all right. So next question is, I think you already answered this, but it was, what is the best way to promote hair growth? But you stated that with the biotin and eating healthy and drinking water and the vitamin D. Okay, so here's another one. What are some good ways to retain length, especially for people who don't like to do their hair a lot?
Protective styles, I would say. But I'm not a huge advocate of tension and pulling on the hair. So I would always suggest head wraps, but make sure your head wraps are made of cotton or a soft fiber that's not going to cause excessive rubbing or pulling around your edges, because that can also, too much of a good thing can be bad, like bonnets, do-rags, things like that. Wigs, especially, the insides of wigs are very abrasive, so it can rub out like your edges and your sides. So you have to be careful with that. Honestly, there's no such thing as not doing your hair. You're going to always have to, if you want hair, you are going to have to do something to your hair. The only way to not do your hair is to cut it off. And even still, as a woman who confidently rocks a bald head, I have to shave my head every 3 days. And some days I don't even want to shave my head. So I actually call it doing my head because that's what it is. But you have to do something to your hair. Like you have to, unless you, even if you had locks or braids or anything, you still have to do some kind of maintenance, just less maintenance than others.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that elaboration. Okay. And we are getting down to the last two questions. How do we encourage, okay. All right, Cheryl. So you want to take a stab at this one, either you or Traycee. How do we encourage our children to have pride in their natural hair, especially in this age of social media?
That's a good question.
Cheryl, I think you got to unmute.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
Oh, that's okay.
I was massaging.
Oh, that's okay. I know you're working. Hey. Okay, so the question was, how do we encourage our children to have pride in their natural hair, especially in this age of social media?
What I do, I have really cool hairdos, and kids really love, you know, they pay attention to the music stars and things like that, and they bring in pictures and stuff like that. So I encourage that way. So I'll show, you know, have cool hairdos, and that's pretty much one of my niches, because I'm an artist as well, so I can put designs in here and things like that. And so that's a great way to show kids how to keep their hair done up good.
Oh, I agree. I would definitely agree with that. I have a young son, and he always says, when I go to the barber, can I get the stripe? he's talking about the part. He thinks that's so cool.
And also, my truck, you know, they think this is the coolest thing ever. So I get a lot of kids, you know, especially at Enid. I'm laughing at the at the festival, because kids, they love this vehicle that is the barbershop inside. So that's another way that I get the kids doing hair and keeping their hair up. And so, and also I teach children how to cut hair as well. So it's a plethora of things that you can do.
that's phenomenal.
And I have a party in here. It's so much fun here. Like, I love what I do in here. You know, we have games and music, and also outside we go to the schools once a year, and we'll cut hair for the kids. And our lines are, I can't do it by myself, you know. So also this year, I want everyone to know that I'm offering my vehicle out to other barbers and stylists, so that they can have this experience as well. So if you know any barbers and you know any cosmetologists that want this experience, especially when you have your elite clientele or your elderly, to call me up and let's work together.
Oh, that's awesome. That's phenomenal to know, Cheryl. So ladies, just definitely make sure you take down all of the ladies' information to be able to share all this goodness that they're sharing, because that's phenomenal. I mean, I think immediately about like elderly or somebody that may have physical limitations and they can't go far, but everybody at their core wants to look attractive, right? They want to feel pretty, they want to feel handsome. And the unique ability that you have to be able to come to them so that they don't have to deal with any other obstacles that may be in the way as far as transportation is a beautiful thing. And so anyway, so there is one last question. And the question is, how do I keep my curls longer? And anyone can answer that. Oh, I think you got to unmute, Brittany.
Flexi rods are good. The long bendy rods, they have those spiral rods. Just putting in some kind of roller just to keep the curl in, that will work. Are you talking about like if your hair is curled or your natural curls?
You know, it didn't specify in the question.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking maybe curls with rollers, maybe. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe if there's some sort of instrument that was used to create.
That's what I would do.
Well, that sounds good to me.
All right.
That's it. Good to me. All right. Well, that was short and sweet. And one of the things I know that folks had asked, that someone had asked me, and this is the absolute last question. Now, baby hairs are so popular right now. You know, with the hair coming out around here, with does that cause damage?
Who do you want to answer this one?
Whoever.
I would say, well, first of all, once you are past the age of like 5, they're no longer, those aren't baby hairs. That's a bang, and it is gelled to the forehead in a fashionable way. That is what that is. That is a bang, and they're just putting a lot of gel in their bangs onto their forehead. So gel does cause damage because it dries out the hair. But if you still are grown and you happen to have those little edges, is what I'm going to call them, because folks aren't babies out here. If you have the little if you're able to have the little edges, then do the thing, swoop. But if you do not have those and you are taking hair from here and then just combing it forward, that's a gelled bang. That's what that is. So yeah.
Well, thank you for clarifying. Thank you all so much, ladies. And so we will have Ms. Gibson Stevenson close us out. But thank you all so much. I'm sure I can speak on behalf of many of the participants that they have enjoyed this presentation. I know I have. So go ahead, Ms. Gibson Stevenson. I'm going to come off camera.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mary Busy Burroughs. Let's give up an emoji of a heart or a hand clap or a love symbol for our wonderful moderator, Dr. Mary Busy Burroughs, and our esteemed panelists. We had the amazing Brittany McCoy from Brittany Labetta Beauty. We also had the phenomenal Miss Cheryll Brown from We're Hair Luxury Mobile Barbershop. And we had via phone our very own Rock Braid Bar owner and extraordinaire, Miss Traycee Hart. Let's give them a hand clap or some love, just to let them know we appreciate them and their time and their expertise here this evening. We tried as best as possible to capture the magic in the chat so that way you could have for your own reference, but also too, we wanted to thank you all for being here. We want to thank the wonderful members of the YWCA Shoebox Work Group, Mrs. Brenda Murphy-Pugh, Madam President Jacqueline Tyson, our very own tech guru, Miss Tanya Dickerson, as well as Dr. Mary Busy Burroughs. We want to thank the members of the Rochester Alumnae chapter for being awesome and dynamic. And we want to thank our amazing panelists. We also want you to fill out the evaluation survey. We're going to put it in a link, and you're also going to be emailed it for those who had registered for today's event. Thank you, YWCA, for being such a vested partner. And we are going to culminate this activity with actually dropping off some Black Girl Magic hair care products to the women and families of the YWCA tomorrow at 6 p.m. We have some hair bonnets, some hair grease, and some just Black girl goodness to make sure that the women and the families at the YWCA are able to enjoy the continuation of this series today. Thank you so much for taking your time today. We conclude today's meeting and we wish you an awesome evening. Thank you, panelists. Thank you, everyone.
Welcome. Have a good night. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks, everybody.